The big ass tree has a lot of health, man. But we are here with the Soul Cage raid, with the release of Lilisette and Kuja's EX Plus, with the rework of Kuja and level 70 Awakening, and Lilisette's EX release and level 70 Awakening. They came out in the Awakening batch alongside of Porum, Zidane, Lena, and someone else who I can't remember right now. Yeah. So yeah, they came out in the Awakening batch. Besides these two, the only one who's really all that, like, you should kind of focus on maybe a little bit just to scoop her EX up is Lena. Because Lena is still a fantastic support, and she has a lot of great utility to help out in the Chaos Era. I'm not going to really give her a portion of the video, but because I really don't think that you should spend resources on her just yet. Even if you don't have her weapon, you should save your resources for characters that can go EX plus. You know, they're more suitable for the Chaos Era, at least right now. Lena is a good option now with her level 70 Awakening if you have her already built, but I would not gun for her specifically, or even if you have some throwaway tickets. But let's go ahead and we're going to get started. We're going to start off with Kuja because I want to get him out of the way, because I don't like Kuja. So with Kuja's rework, pretty much he only got like a touch up to like his Ring Holy, like that is really notable. For the rework, it'll do HP damage regardless, no matter what now, even if it's not its plus variant, which is really nice. He has overflow up to 120% in base and 180% in its plus variant, which is really nice. His second ability, I forget what it's called, overflows 150% in the plus variant. It could be wrong, but it got some overflow touch-ups and stuff. Didn't really get too much done with that. With his EX Plus, I'm going to be honest, Lilisette and Kuja's EX Plus is kind of standard compared to a lot of things that we've seen so far in the EX Plus. Pretty much, it's just some potency increases. At 2 out of 3, he starts out with the his stackable frame buff. Starts out with 5 stacks of that, and 3 out of 3 just gets more brave hits, more overflow, and stuff like that. That's kind of pretty much the gist of it. So how is Kuja in the Chaos Era? Well, you know what? With what little Kuja actually got with his rework, it's pretty much just kind of what he needed. His Ring Holy really needed that HP damage, because you would never want to use it, but you never wanted to use a second ability because it's the better. Depending on the situation, it's the better of the two, and you only had so many uses on that. His C65 allows him to regain an ability point of Ring Holy in his second skill, which is nice. And like I always say, any form of ability recovery is good in my eyes. So that's really nice, and increases his attack by, I think it was 5%. As a magic DPS unit, the adjustments he got to Ring Holy was very much needed. He also gains access to an HP attack plus and a brave attack plus with his EX plus, which is very, very useful. Helps extend his longevity a bit, and considering even though he does have a means of refreshing an ability, and he has quite a bit of ability usages himself, 9 in Ring Holy, and I think it's like 6 in his second ability. He's got some longevity. He's got some long longevity, but you are going to be using his HP attack plus fairly often. The only downside about Kuja is he does have a low attack stat, so you want to make sure you're bringing attack buffers to buff him up so he can be performing at his best. Now, how is Kuja for the Chaos Era? How is he important? I'm going to be honest. Kuja is already outshined. If you're going to be spending any form of resources on a magic DPS unit, ultimately she is still up. Go get her. It's not that Kuja is bad by any means. His EX Plus is actually very, very good. It's very potent, and it gives him a means of actually starting out with his plus abilities, to start capitalizing on massive damage, and whatnot. Which is really nice. It is really, really nice. So, but the thing is he's not really going to last all that long. He's a dime a dozen magic DPS unit. So, really, if you have Ultimeshi, you really don't need him. And we're going to be getting some more magic DPS very, very soon in the future that are just gonna, start power creeping him a little bit. Is he a fantastic character in his own way? He is. He will perform for you, and he will do the job. You just have to make sure you're buffing him up, because his attack stat is relatively low compared to other other DPS units. And yeah, important for the Chaos Era? Not really, but if you have him and you have him built, yeah, go ahead. Considering that he is a DPS unit, you're gonna want to have him 3 out of 3 because you want to capitalize on everything that he offers and make sure he's performing at his best. You could stop at 2 out of 3 because that's the one that grants him his frame buff at the beginning of the quest, but 3 out of 3 is really the best way to go with Kuja. So, not that important, but hey, he's a pretty good DPS unit, and if you have him built up, you can get some uses out of him, and yeah, pretty much. Moving on to Lilisette. Lilisette did not get a rework, and she doesn't need one. She got a level 70 awakening. Her C65 increases the overflow and everyone's max brave. Her EX is a regen ability. Grants everyone brave battery, while granting her a frame buff that increases everyone's crit damage and max overflow by 20%. And it followed up by 3 hits, single target HP damage attack. Again, standard stuff. 2 out of 3, she gets that frame buff at the start of the quest, and 3 out of 3, it increases the brave damage potencies and things like that. She gets stats increase. Yeah, pretty standard stuff, and that's pretty much it. And she does get an HP attack plus, which initiates a brave heal followed by a single brave hit with an HP attack. It does heal herself by 50% of the damage and heals the party's brave by 20% of the damage dealt, which is really nice. Literally every move that Lilisette does batteries the team. Everything she offers batteries the team. She's the Energizer Bunny on speed, pretty much. Like, she's always battering the team. Now, how is she in the terms of Chaos Era? Is she important? I'm going to say, honestly, she's pretty important. She brings to the table something that she excels in, and that is Brave Battery. She has incredible debuffs, 4 of them, Sap, defense, speed down, magic attack down, and defense down, while minimizing the amount of buffs that she has to just 2, which is the Max Brave, and the frame buff, which emits an aura. She has some of the best auras to supply to the team in the game, and not only that, you're gonna be full. You press a button, you're gonna be full. That's the thing with Lilisette. You press that button, you're gonna be full. The only issue that Lilisette has is the fact that she's not a Brave Shaver. She only has, even if you max her EX plus to get 7 hits, relying on an EX for Brave Shaving is not great. And the only Brave damage that she actually deals is her HP attack plus. So when you're organizing your team comps, if you're going up against a boss that it gets high amounts of Brave, make sure the other 2 are sufficient in Brave heals. She works very well amongst another support, as like I said, she does not push off any buffs because she only has a few herself. The only thing is you just have to be careful about bringing another debuffer along with her, because she has 4 debuffs that she could push off and things like that. So yeah, my verdict for Lilisette is, I'm going to say she's important in her own way. We're going to be getting a lot of support characters in the future. Agri is literally this weekend. Rose is coming out sometime next month, and the supports are just going to keep coming. But supports are always great to have, and there's never a time where it's bad to bring Lilisette. I would say the only time it's really bad to bring Lilisette is that you're going up against something that gets exuberant amounts of Brave at any given time, and they resist physical damage at the same time. I would say that's probably the only time you don't want to bring her. Maybe even if that, but other than that, like the Brave that she supplies to the party, it's incredible, and she'll continue to make sure that your Brave is always full. So yeah, I would say Lilisette has her importance. She's important in her own way for the Chaos Era, because there's never a bad time to bring Lilisette. you could fit her on just about any team comp, and like I said, she fits well with other support characters like for example, like Ramza, Charlotta, Cryo. Like, oh my god, if you pair her with Cryo, you're always going to be capped on Brave. I would say another downside to her is that she only has 6 skill usages each, but considering the HP Tech plus that she got to help keep her longevity alive, because it is fairly good. The Brave heal before the single hit is really nice. So yeah, I would say that's probably her real only issue, but you really don't need to use her abilities all that often, and yeah, you're pretty much golden with Lilisette. So yeah, I would say she has her own importance for the Chaos era. So if you have the resources, if she's a favorite of yours, whatever means that you have to do, and you want to scoop her up, she's a great choice. And if you walk away with Kuja, or if you walk away with both of them, you know, you're sitting pretty. But the main prize to this banner, I'm going to say, is Lilisette. Lilisette is a fantastic character, and if you're looking for magic DPS, go to Ultimecia. She's still alive, so make sure you do that. But yeah, that'll do it for this video, guys. I am working on my Chaos runs to try and get a video out. I did recently get a new job, so I'm a little busy at the moment, so I haven't had as much time as of late to, you know, sit down and play a little as often as I used to. But I am fine-tuning my Chaos run so I can get a video out there. And I got her. I did it. I got the stuff. So we're going to be seeing this soon. Alright, well, that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.